Hello everybody, and welcome to the Ballers podcast, where we talk sports, business, and everything that really fuels the game. Today, I've got someone with me who's not just a coach, not just a player, but really one of the guys who's really driving Padel in Cyprus to the top. So, Renzo Del Bue, let's dive right into it. Firstly, I have to say it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Let's firstly look at your background and how you really got into Padel. So, where did your Padel story really begin?
Thank you, Mini. Hello to everyone. My Padel begins a long time ago, since I am from Argentina. In Argentina, at least me, since I'm born, I know about Padel. I started with tennis before. When I was around 8-9 years old, I started with tennis, but always knowing Padel and playing Padel just for fun, with friends, with family. The Padel in Argentina started in the 90s, so since I born, it's there around. But took a little bit more serious around 17, 18 years old. After when I went to study university, started to play some competitions with friends, a little bit more serious.
So you would say your full-on Padel transition happened around your late teens, like 18, 19?
Yes. There I started to play only Padel, not that much tennis. After I came back to tennis, but mostly I started around that age.
Yeah, so in places like Argentina and Spain, really Padel is like a tradition there. So it's really nice to see how things are transitioning now into Cyprus as well. Now, let's ask you, how did you end up being a coach? Did you always knew you were going to be a coach, or is that something that happened by accident?
I would say a little bit of both. In the beginning, I was lucky in tennis in the school to have a very good teachers and coaches in every sport. I really liked the way that they were teaching me. I think I was very lucky about that. And since then, I was interested about the sports, how to teach. I went to study university, physical educational teacher. And from then, I realized that I like to teach. I like to find a way how to make understand to the people how to do the things. In the beginning, I started swimming pool, working in a swimming pool, how to swim. After for 7 years, I was trained coach as a tennis coach. And after when I came here to Cyprus 2 years ago, I started as a Padel coach.
Padel coach, yeah. So the way I hear, you've basically been through everything, going from swimming, tennis to Padel. So really coaching is your thing, and I can see why. You know, I've personally have sessions with you, and I can see why you're really into that. So let's be a bit more specific here. What moment in your journey made you say that, okay, this is my life purpose, to become a coach?
Once I finished the university, my old coach in tennis called me to try to work with him as assistant, just to try. I started with him. The things were going well. I continued there working with him for many years. He helped me a lot of how to teach. He helped me a lot in the communication with the students to find a way how to get there. And I think that was the moment when I say, okay, this I like. I would like to try more, focus, do it more professionally, and that is, I think, the right moment where I would say.
Absolutely, yeah. When it comes to coaching, I feel like it's not just knowing the game, but you also need to be able to get into the student's mind, because for you, you already know everything, so you already know how the shots work and everything, but the other person doesn't really know that. So it's essential that you can enter their brain and see how they see things. And I think this is something that really makes a coach stand out. What would you say makes a great coach stand out?
Yes, I would say because we know already how is Padel, how we should play Padel, doesn't mean that the beginner, you need to transmit in the first session all this, you know?
Yeah.
It's a step by step. They will not understand why they need to go to the net why they need to play in one way if we don't start
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Absolutely.
This is the first thing that that I believe that is very important.
Yeah.
And as well, for me, a good coach is gonna. We have courses. Everybody knows how to teach a bandeja step by step, the methodology. But the same methodology can work for you, but maybe
Yeah.
not for another person. So you need to find a way. You need to be a little bit creative and change things, create something new maybe.
Yeah.
So that makes the click in the person and they understand how to do it.
Yeah. So one thing that you said really made me, one thing really stand it out, which is you have to take it step by step. I think it's really important to manage to keep the interest of the player, because when we start something, we really don't feel like doing it. Let's say whether it's paddle, whether it's the guitar, whether it's any skill, you really don't like doing it, but you really need to keep pushing so you pass that beginning stage.
Yeah.
So how would you say you would go on if you had a beginner player to make sure that they progress, but they also keep their interest in paddle?
Yes. I always have the same with my students. They come and they see some video in Instagram, YouTube or TikTok and they say, oh, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay, they are coming with this idea. So it's not like, no. We will not do this. You need to be there in the back and do back and back and back and all the time.
Yep.
Okay, we take 5 minutes, we do whatever you want. You will be happy, and after we work in what I
What's
believe that
important,
this is important for the
Yeah.
game. So it's a little bit to play like this with the student and everybody happy.
Yeah, that sounds great. So what's one mistake that you made early on that changed the way you approach the game today?
To be honest, when I was kid, a mistake that I would change of my paddle is to train a little bit more with somebody who will say me, okay, no, don't do it like this, do it like this. This is the correct way, because of course I can get it, but it's gonna take long time or longer time. It's possible, or after it's gonna be more difficult to change the thing that you are doing wrong and wrong and wrong because you get used to do this.
Yeah.
This is something that I would, for example, in tennis, I had thousands of lessons. I was coming to group lessons and all the time in the academy. I wasn't just playing games and games and games. And this is something that I did in Padel. I was playing only games.
Oh, yeah.
And I would like to change that a little bit if I could.
Absolutely. So it's more like the feedback, because once you do something over and over and again, it becomes a muscle memory. Then it's really hard to change it up. So it's essential to have constant feedback throughout the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now let's dive into paddle in Cyprus.
Okay.
Now, what's the vibe like for paddle here in Cyprus right now? Are people taking it more seriously than they used to?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, right?
I remember the first tournament that I played here in Cyprus. Was a very long time ago. Was just 2 courts in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, in general, it's growing a lot, the paddle here in Cyprus. The people is, of course, we have everything. Some people that just they play for fun, one time a week. Some people that they are training for a tournament or to have a better score in Playtomic. Everybody have their own goals, but I see it growing a lot, and the people is taking it more serious. We have a paddle federation already here in Cyprus, so yeah, I believe that is way more serious than before.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, everybody in Cyprus is always talking about paddle now.
Yeah.
It's the new trend. Well, what I feel like this has a lot to do with the fact that any player can really feel paddle. One thing with tennis that I've experienced is that the entry level is a lot higher, so you cannot play tennis and enjoy it. With paddle, you can be at any level and you can really play the game.
Yeah.
Do you think that has a lot to do with it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a game that in the beginning you're gonna come the first time, even if you didn't touch a racket in your whole life, you're gonna have fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe the game is not gonna be super dynamic, but
of course,
you're gonna have fun. You're gonna have mistakes with the glasses, and it's gonna be funny. So that I think is why the paddle is so popular.
Yeah.
It's easier to start. After, of course, you need a good level to progress, but
Yeah.
in the beginning it's easy.
It's enjoyable, yeah. Do you think that the way Padel is going in Cyprus actually has a chance to produce some top-tier athletes in Padel?
Yes, of course. With time, we need to put a little bit more focus in the academies, start to take more kids, and for sure, why not? Those kids in the future, they can be in the top in the paddle. Why not? Could be amazing.
We'll see. I think I totally agree with you. Yeah, I mean, but time will tell.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that is really holding Padel in Cyprus that really could be improved? What do you think it is?
I think it's just about time. We need to learn from mistakes. We need to learn from other countries that they are way more advanced than us. As well, not make the same mistakes that others done before. But I think we are going in a very good way.
Yeah.
Every club is growing. Every club that open is developing the courts and the community.
Yeah.
So I think we are going in a good way. We need to, of course, to polish some things, some small things, but we are going there.
Yeah, I mean, when you have places like this where you can really spend your whole day, what can go wrong?
Yeah.
It's not just a court, it's the whole club, and this is what people are looking for.
Yeah.
Not just to play a game and go home. They want to spend time and
for
enjoy
me,
it.
Padel is a little bit more that to come, to have fun with 4 friends in the court, and after stay a little bit, drink a coffee, drink a beer, and share a moment. The same in the tournaments. In the tournaments, spend the whole day in the club. This is amazing. This is Padel for me as well.
Absolutely. One thing I find that is different from tennis to Padel is that when I used to compete in tennis, the vibe was so competitive and it was pressuring. It wasn't really enjoyable. In Padel, it's a truly amazing experience. I mean, you have your matches where you really try hard and you have that competition going, but after the game, it's just a lovely environment. You can just chat like we're doing here, and it's amazing. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
If I gave you the power to fix one thing in the Cyprus Padel community, what would you change?
I would say the categories. I would like the categories to be a little bit more established. I know it's not easy and we are going there slowly, but to have a better categories more separate by level, to everybody have more fun and the right place to play.
Absolutely, yeah. I completely agree with you on this one, because now anybody can play any level, and it really there's no like skill gap where you can say, okay, this guy's for this group and this guy's for this group.
To give you one example, in Argentina, for example, we have categories from the first category, which are the professionals, to the number 8. So everybody have their own number. We don't have like beginners, low beginners, or intermediate. So if you are playing in the 7th category, after you win a tournament, they're gonna move you to the next one. And you have people around watching, okay, this player maybe needs to go to the other. So these people belongs to the Federation of Argentina, and they are controlling the level around the country. So like this is a little bit easier to see which categories.
I mean, we can't really go to that extent because simply there's not that many players competing yet. But we should definitely take for example, the group categories. Maybe not 8, but who knows? We need to do something about it. Now let's focus more on yourself and your coaching approach here. When someone books a coaching session with you, what's the one thing that you first look at to see how you can help them the most?
Okay, first it's before to enter the court, I see what is the goal of the people. If they just want to learn how to play padel because they want to come with two friends in the weekend to play a match. If they want to get better because they are already playing, if they are playing some tournament or which shot they have problems. This talk give me a lot of information.
Yeah.
And after, of course, I see which level they are in the beginning when we warm up, or I see them a little bit, and from there we start to work depending of each player and the category that they play.
I remember when we had our training session, this is exactly what you did. And obviously it's essential to see where the person wants to get, so you know how you can take them there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the communication between the player and the coach is essential, and from there we continue.
Yeah, I mean, before you create the plan, you need to know where you need to get, as we said already. So what's one thing that beginners always get wrong? Like, what's a myth that beginners believe about Padel?
I would say that most of the people send me some video that they see in Instagram and YouTube and TikTok, and they say, okay, I want to do this, which is fine. I understand, it's nice, it looks nice, and but okay, sometimes it's not the best approach, it's not the most realistic thing to do. But it's good. You need to use it as a motivation. Okay, nice, it's nice, let's try it. And after we, like I said today, after we continue with the rest of the session.
Yeah, I can say I'm a victim to this mentality as well, because when I see them pro players hitting the bajadas, I'm just
me too. Believe me, me too.
But yeah, we have to get our foundations in place before we actually go to the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think it takes for a student to go from zero to hero, like in the fastest way possible? What are some character traits that are needed?
I like the students that when we practice something in the court, in the training session, after they try to do it in the match. Of course, I know that the match is not exactly the same as a training. You have more pressure, you want to win, you have a partner, the ball is not coming always the same. But I like the students that after, even if they fail, they try to do the bandeja that we try, the bandeja that we try at least one time. They do it one time in the game, nice, they're gonna feel nice. So I like these students that they listen and they try after to do that in the match.
Yeah, so obviously to learn something, you have to implement it. And you have to fail at it at first, but
of course,
if you actually want to learn it, so it's really important to implement what you learn into your matches.
Of course,
I would say.
Absolutely.
Now let's get into bowlers.
Okay.
What makes this lovely place a different training environment? Like, obviously you're a coach for a long time, but you're here and you're here for a reason. So what do you notice about this place that really puts your trainings to the higher level? What do people notice about it?
I mean, look the place. It's a really nice place to be. It's comfortable. You come for your training after. You can have a coffee, you can have a shower, or you continue with the match. It's comfortable, and the access to the club is very easy. This, I think, helps for the people to come, to want to train as well. You come here, is everything fresh, is everything clean. This is details that helps to the people to want to come here as well.
Surely.
The service is really nice. And slowly, we're going to have more things. The people will spend more time in the club. This is our goal. It's not just a place where, okay, I come, I play, I go home.
It's more like a sports center.
Bravo, yes.
It's a networking area as well.
Yes, correct.
And yeah, I honestly completely agree with you. I feel like the first impression is the most important when you visit a new place. When you come through the door and you see this lovely environment with the people always being positive, I mean, how can you not like it, to be fair? Let's dive into a bit more of your personal view into coaching. What kind of player do you like to coach the most?
I wouldn't say any level, because I like to teach every kind of levels. People who they are very beginners, because I like the beginners that they don't have anything before. They start from zero, so it's not that you need to change something.
Yeah.
But I like as well the challenge to need to change something. They are coming like from tennis, so okay, we need to change a lot of things. So every level I think is different. Of course, have something else to train somebody who is competing, because after they come, we see the results and everything. But any level have their own things.
Yeah, so basically nice. A mix of all.
Yeah.
Someone who has never trained before, it's good for you, so you can like set them on the right path without having any past mistakes to fix.
Correct.
In training, I mean. And then you also have that guy who knows how to play for himself, but doesn't really know, so you have to like show him the actual way to go about it.
Correct, yeah. It's both ways, I think. I like have a challenge there too.
Mm-hmm. Let's dive into the more competitive aspect of Padel. In your eyes, what makes a top-tier Padel player?
I believe it's 3 things. First, the physically part. They are in amazing. They are training. They are going to the gym. They are super fast. Their reaction is amazing. After as well, of course, they have the mental part, which is very important in the game. In any racket sport, is very important. And after, of course, in the elite is the talent. If you don't have the talent as well, it's going to be possible, but more hard. Or in the top, of course, everybody is super talented. So the 3 things combined, I think, will make you a top player, elite player.
I like what you said about the mental area. What is one thing that people get wrong about the mentality in Padel?
In general, depends of the level, but mostly is the patience and the mentally to, okay, I make a mistake, doesn't matter, the next ball is coming. And if I get angry, I am not winning nothing. Of course, I get angry when I lose. Everyone gets angry when I do something wrong. But okay, go on, the next ball, we start again. It's not helping to your game. I think this is a key in Padel that the top elite players manage amazingly, and it's very important.
Absolutely, yeah. So when you lose a point, the best thing to do is just to dive into the next one. And it's interesting when you look at the Padel percentage of points won. The gap is really small. So let's say it's 52 to 48. So that mentality is really important, because 1 point, yes, it's important, but it really doesn't matter too much in the full scale in the game.
Yes, correct. Padel is not about the winning points. It's more about who make less mistakes.
Yeah.
So we need to go on, put the mind down and calm and start again.
Yeah. One thing you told me personally that I really implemented into my games is just one more ball in, put one more in, put one more in. And this is really the mindset that I think most top-tier players have, and you yourself preach as well. What's the most underrated skill in Padel that nobody talks about?
I would say the lob. The lob is very, very important in Padel.
Yeah.
Some professionals player they say that, and coaches say that as well. I think the lob is one of the most important shots in Padel. If we have a good lob, we're going to spend more time in the net, we're going to spend more time in the attack. So in the end, we're going to win more points. So if we have a good lob, I think we should take care a lot of the lob and work a lot in the lob.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's the foundation of everything. If you have good lobs, then you can obviously build your point towards the net and then you can attack until you eventually finish that point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
I completely agree with you here. Now I think it's about time we dive into the future of Padel. Where do you see Padel going into the next 5 years? Now obviously many people are looking into the Olympics and that Padel is going to outperform tennis as a racket sport, but what do you personally think?
Yeah, I think we need to stop a little bit with this comparison about the tennis and Padel, who wins, who have more courts and which is different sport, that they should help each other. We have a lot of players here that they play both games. We should continue in that way, but I think Padel is growing amazingly. We need to continue like this. We need more Padel in the TV, in the television, in the big channels to have more views, more reputation. Everybody knows tennis, for example. Everybody in the world.
Yeah.
The same should happen with tennis, with Padel first. Everybody should know what is Padel. Here in Cyprus, we have people, of course, that they don't know what is Padel yet. Slowly, we're gonna get there. The Olympics is gonna help a lot. I guess this is gonna be a boom when it happens. That I guess soon is gonna happen. We are very close to that. But from here in 5 years, I would say that we're just gonna continue growing a lot in tournaments around the world, in players, in number of players playing the sport. It's gonna be huge in 5 years.
I feel like it's only gonna go up from here.
Yeah, I believe that this is not just a trend that is gonna stop in some moment. It's here to stay.
Absolutely, yeah. More people come in the game, some of which are gonna stay at the casual level, some of which are gonna go to the competitive level. So I don't see how this can be a trend. I think it's a long-term thing here in Cyprus. And I honestly love it because obviously we need physical activity in any form, and Padel is a great way to combine entertainment and sports.
Yes, absolutely. I have a client 60 years old, 70 years old, 79 years old that they continue coming, and everybody can play. Doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter the level. You have a very good cardio, very good activity. So,
what else do you
do
need?
it all the life.
What else do you need? Yeah. Do you think that social medias are helping Padel grow so fast?
Yes, absolutely,
Yeah?
absolutely. Yes. I think this boom of the Padel started with the highlights, with the amazing points that the professionals do, with these small videos. I think helps a lot. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, when you see the pros do what they do, it's like they're aliens. You really can't imagine what they do. What role do you see Bowlers Club playing in the future of Padel?
I think we have a very big responsibility here in the area to bring more people to the people need to know the sport here around in this area. We need more. Of course, we will have more people playing thanks to Bowler, because it's a very good location. It's a very good club. It's a club where the people will come and spend time. I think in the future and in the present as well, we are bringing people to the sport. So I think we are doing it great. We need to continue in that way, bringing people to bowlers, to know the sport, to bring friends, bring family. They try the sport. They might like, they might not like. They're gonna have fun. They're gonna have a good activity, and that's it.
Absolutely, yeah. Obviously, it all comes down to first impression again. So, I think you do a great job here yourself and the Bowlers Club in general to really have that perfect first impression. So people keep coming back and back. All right, it's time to enter our rapid round here before we wrap things out. It's a funny little mini game we have. I'm gonna ask you a couple questions and then you have to answer very rapidly.
Okay.
So let's go. Forehand or backhand?
Backhand.
Backhand. One Cyprus paddle player to keep an eye on.
Lefterist, Neos.
Absolutely. What's the worst injury that you've had on court?
The worst situation that I have in court? Injury. that I
Yes,
have.
and also
Tennis elbow.
tennis elbow. That's a common one, obviously. Favorite paddle court you've ever played on?
Bowlers. The court number 1.
Of course. Where else? Craziest thing that happened to you during a match?
I can't remember right now one in specific.
First thing that comes to mind.
I had a great memories. I couldn't rapidly
Mhm.
reply, but I have a really good memories with friends in finals, in semi-finals.
Oh, yeah.
And those memories are
That
with me.
competitive vibe is different, right?
Yeah.
What's the most annoying type of opponent to play against?
Left-hand player.
Left-hand player, yeah.
Yeah.
And more like a combination of a left-hand and right-hand player, or
Yes. This is the best combination I think
Yeah.
in Padel. Yeah,
Mm,
possible in Padel.
I have to change up a bit the approach, but I think it's really important to talk about this.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that two players have a great chemistry together?
This is difficult, of course, because everyone is different person, is different personality, character, and so yeah, we need to be a good partner. This is about one, and I need to give my best and make you feel comfortable inside of the court.
Yeah.
If you do the same for me, we're gonna play well.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna enjoy more the game. We're gonna have more fun. I
Yeah.
think this is very important. Checking yourself if you are being a good partner for the other. He will do the same for you, and I think from there everything is gonna
Skyrockets, yeah.
flow.
So to build that chemistry is more like you need to put the reps in over and over again. It's not just a thing that happens automatically, right?
No. Of course. We need to know each other. We need to, for example, into the game, we need to know which ball is yours, which ball is mine. But I believe with the communication, everything is better.
Yeah. I mean, understanding and really trusting the process,
Yeah.
I would say. What's the one thing that tells you that someone is a beginner? Like, first thing you see, okay, this guy's a beginner.
How they how they take the racket,
How
the
they
grip,
hold it, right?
the grip, how they hold the racket in the beginning.
Yeah. Can you like show an example?
This is the worst one.
Most
That's
common,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
Holding the racket too high up.
That's it. With the finger here in the
Absolutely.
middle. And
It's like
you
you're
say,
playing
oh, okay,
table
he's
tennis.
a beginner. Yes.
Yes. So, Renzo, unless you want to add anything, I've had an absolutely phenomenal time speaking to you here, and
Thank you, Miri.
from mindset to memories, from looking at your story to Padel in general and to the future of Padel. For anyone who wants to get into Padel and take their skills to the next level, I personally recommend Renzo here. I've tried him myself, and I can honestly say that it's the best one you can truly find. So make sure you shoot him a message and book your next session in so you can really take your level to the next game. And yeah, you know where to go. Here is the
Bowlers.
place, Bowlers Club, home base, and you've got the best one here.
Thank you, Miri.
So, absolute pleasure here, Renzo.
Thank you, man.
I think
I
it's
have a good
the
time.
best place to open up this podcast series here with the man himself, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and look forward to the next one.